Welcome to Senior Life and Health, your trusted source for real talk on wellness, nutrition, and aging strong. You've made the changes, or at least you thought you did. You stopped drinking soda. You've sworn off cookies, candy, cake. You've avoided the obvious sugar traps because you know they're harmful. You know sugar causes inflammation, weight gain, and even chronic disease. Maybe you've even felt proud, thinking you beat the addiction. But there's a twist, a hidden truth that trips up millions. You're still eating sugar, and not just a little. You might be consuming it every day, in every meal, without even realizing it. That's why your health may not be improving. That's why the weight isn't budging. That's why your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your liver function's still stuck. Here's the truth. Sugar addiction is real. Deeply real. Neurologically and biologically. It lights up your brain's reward centers exactly the way cocaine and heroin do. It doesn't just make you like sweet foods, it makes your body need them. People who've kicked sugar for good describe the same intense cravings, sneaky behavior, and withdrawal symptoms you'd expect from any other addiction. And yes, withdrawal is part of the process. Once you truly cut out sugar, you can expect a rough patch, headaches, irritability, fatigue, nausea, maybe even shaking and night sweats. It's not in your head. It's your biology recalibrating. This withdrawal phase can last anywhere from 5 to 14 days. But if you push through, what lies on the other side is real healing. Let's take a closer look at where sugar still hides, especially in the foods that have somehow been given a healthy label. Start with fruit juice. It's sold as a wholesome, natural choice. But fruit juice is pure sugar, even if it says no added sugar on the label. Orange juice, apple juice, grape juice, pomegranate doesn't matter. If you drink a glass, your blood sugar spikes like you just had a soda. That's not an exaggeration. The body doesn't differentiate between sugar from a cola and sugar from a glass of juice. Liquid sugar hits your system fast and hard. Then there's bread. You might have ditched white bread, but what about that tough, grainy whole wheat loaf with all the seeds? Still, sugar. Why? Because starch, which makes up most of bread, breaks down into glucose. Your body processes that healthy slice the same way it processes a spoonful of sugar. 2 slices of bread can spike your blood sugar like 5 teaspoons of table sugar. Read the label. Check the carb count. See for yourself. Next stop, cereal. Doesn't matter if it's marketed to kids or adults, if it claims to be whole grain, fiber-rich, or heart-healthy. It's still a bowl of starch. And starch is sugar. Whether it's wheat, corn, oats, or rice, it hits your bloodstream the same way. Even those cereals that brag about no added sugar are loaded with natural carbs that convert directly to glucose. What about potatoes? Yup. Sweet potatoes, white potatoes, red, yellow, even carrots and parsnips. All root vegetables, all tumors. Nature's starch storage. You get a little fiber, sure, but mostly, you're getting sugar, just in a slow digesting disguise. Now think about your rice, corn, and oats. These are staples in many diets. You've probably heard them described as complex carbs. But complex or not, they're still starch-heavy foods. That means they convert to sugar, raise your insulin, and keep you locked in that addictive cycle. And don't forget, Chronic high insulin is tied to inflammation, heart disease, and diabetes. And then there's pasta, even the fancy, high-end Italian kind. Even the so-called veggie pasta. It's not made from vegetables. It's made from grain. And all grain equals starch. And starch equals sugar. Period. Pasta might comfort your soul, but it's still harming your metabolism. Now let's talk milk. Sounds healthy, right? Especially if it's raw or organic. But milk is loaded with lactose, a natural sugar. Your body breaks lactose into glucose and galactose. Even low-fat milk varieties are worse because removing the fat concentrates the sugar. Skim milk actually contains more sugar per ounce than whole milk. And remember, sugar in milk is no accident. It's there to make baby mammals crave more. It's nature's addictive trick, and you're not immune. And finally, we come to protein bars. Or maybe you call them energy bars, fitness bars, health bars. Whatever the branding, here's the truth. Most are candy bars in disguise. Flip them over. Look at the nutrition label. 9 times out of 10, they contain more carbs than protein, sometimes way more. And many of those carbs? Sugar or starch. These are not helping you lose weight or build muscle. They're triggering insulin, fueling cravings, feeding the addiction. So let's recap. If you're eating fruit juice, bread, cereal, potatoes, rice, corn, oats, pasta, milk, or protein bars, you're still eating sugar. You're still feeding your body's addiction. You're still dealing with the inflammation, the insulin spikes, and the long-term metabolic damage. But here's the hopeful part. You can stop. You can recover. Your body can heal. Still not sure if you're addicted? That's okay. Awareness is the first step. If this message made something click, share it. A family member, a friend, maybe even your doctor, someone you know, is unknowingly living in a sugar trap. And if you've got questions or want to challenge what you've just heard, scroll down and drop a comment. We welcome real conversation here. And if you're looking for support, you're not alone. The Proper Human Diet community is growing every day. People of all ages from around the world are joining together to break sugar addiction, reverse chronic illness, and reclaim their health. There's a link to join the community in the description below. This is Senior Life and Health reminding you, stop feeding the addiction and stop denying it. You're stronger than sugar. We'll see you in the next video.